welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Week 8 edition of the Power Rankings. I saw a couple of big stories last week. For example, Brian Swan once again put up 500 points, yet couldn't manage to get out of it with a win.
Oh, man.
Oh, the wins will come. Everybody leave him alone. In addition to that, out of the basement comes Matt Waite and the North Pole Polar Bears. The return of Sidney Crosby.
Not the Teddy Bears anymore?
No, not the Teddy Bears. He's got to win. I think we can...
He's back to the Polar Bears,
I think. The Polar Bears. For
All
now.
right. All right.
But he's got Sidney Crosby, put up the second highest point total in the league last week. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I forgot what the last one was.
I'm drawing the blank too.
Shit.
We had a third one.
We did.
Was it me?
Yes, second loss.
And last but not least, in this week's news and notes, Casey Brown suffers a second consecutive loss at the hands of Katrina.
Way to go, Katie. Good job.
Hey, what can I say? Her team's playing well.
You got beat by a girl.
She drafted me.
It's
You got beat
almost
by a girl.
worse than being beat by Ken.
By a girl.
You got beat by Ken.
You got beat by a girl.
My girl.
Girl.
Katie.
Got beat by a girl. Hang your head in shame.
Thank you.
This is a shame head hang.
That's what a shame head hang looks like, in case you're all curious. Yeah. But enough fun for now. Let's start in with the Week 8 Power Rankings. And we start at the top of the list. Number 1 are the Swan Divers. He's at the top of the rankings again, thanks largely in part to what pretty much amounts to a free pass last week from the Black-Eyed Cabbies.
Thanks, Declan.
Still, he put up a fair amount of points despite leaving a shutout on the bench. It seems like when you're winning, the bounces keep going your way. However, he's going to need to put forth a better effort this week against the Crosby-driven Polar Bears, a team that would have handed him a defeat this past week.
Yeah. Thank God it wasn't last week.
Thank God it wasn't last week. Better do better, though.
We'll see.
We will see.
All right, and coming in at number 2 this week are the Silverblades. An absolutely dominating performance put forth by the Silverblades, almost topping 600 points, although these numbers might be a little skewed since 25% of those points came from only 3 players. The rest of his team was, as most would call, pretty average. It will be extremely interesting to see if he can keep up his scoring against a strong Mongooses team that has surprisingly dropped 2 straight matchups.
I'm going to interject here, but what did I have? 585 points last week?
Yes,
Is
you
that,
did.
is that good?
It's very good.
Is 585 points good?
Did you break it?
I think I might have broken it. Did I break it?
Did he break it?
High score. High score. Is that good?
Anyways, after that, rounding out your top 3, or all of us, the Fighting Mongooses. 1 loss, not that bad, but now a second loss in a row, and a second straight week not reaching 500 points. Ouch.
Wow, wow.
With a hat trick from Sharp on Black Friday, he was able to keep it close, but it just wasn't enough as the Avengers were able to win their 3rd straight matchup. It will be a very interesting matchup this coming weekend, as he will have a tough week ahead of him. In order to get back on the winning side of things, he is going to have to go through a Silverblades team that just came short of 600 points. Good luck.
That's not that big a deal.
It's really not that big a deal.
And coming in at number 4 this week are the Red Wall Avengers. Well, she did it. She was up against the previously mentioned Mongooses squad, who suffered the first loss of the season last week and was trying to take revenge. She was able to stay ahead of the Mongeese with a huge performance from David Backus, who netted her a short-handed game-winning goal and an assist for a 32-point night on Black Friday. That must have hurt.
It's Mongooses.
It's Mongeese.
Mongooses.
I don't care.
I'm going to go with Mongooses,
No one-
since that's what his team name is called.
No one cares, guys. No one cares.
Coming in at number 5 this week are the Boston Redcoats.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night? When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And you know the night is always gonna be there anyway.
Thinking of you's working on my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together, making sparks ignite. And the thought of rubbing you is getting so excited. Skyrockets in flight. Afternoon delight. Whoop! Afternoon delight. Wait a minute. Weren't we supposed to be doing Drew's power ranking right now?
Yeah, but we couldn't think of anything, so we decided to sing this song.
Oh, right.
Afternoon delight.
Whew. That was fun. All right. Number 6, Edmonton Oilers. Now that's more like it. It was a tight matchup for him this week, as he kept it close for most of the time, but his opponent pulled ahead on Sunday to seal the win. His team put up a mediocre amount of points in the most mediocre way possible. He didn't have a forward better than 47 points or a goalie better than 32. Gonna have to do better than that. He'll need to step his game up and continue his winning record.
Step the game up!
And next on the list are our black-eyed Cabbies. And it was a rough week in Cabbie Nation, to be sure. The vast majority of the team pulled the disappearing act, leaving the Cabbies with a paltry 384 points.
Thank you, though.
The biggest issue came from his goaltenders, netting him only 10 points for the entire week. He left a 60-point shutout from the Yemi on his bench in favor of a Brzgalov start that actually lost him points, leading to a nearly 70-point swing. While just that call would have put him within 10 points of the victory, his forwards will need to step up their production as well. Outside of Malkin, no skater reached 40 points for the entire week.
Ooh.
Not good.
No,
Hopefully
not at
that's
all.
just a rough spot, rough week for him.
Hopefully.
Flukes happen.
I'm sure he'll bounce back.
All right, and coming in at number 8 this week are the top shelf cheap shots. In a season where he was struggling from the start, once again, he had the crappy luck of facing the Polar Bears this week. Normally that wouldn't be a big deal, but this just happened to be the week that the chosen one, Sidney Crosby, came back from his concussion. Not to mention, Tim Thomas was an absolute killer this week. His winning streak was short-lived, but hopefully he can get back on the winning side of things with a matchup against the back-to-normal Oilers this week.
Very good, very good. And coming in at number 9 this week are the North Pole Polar Bears. Well, would you look at that? Sidney Crosby comes back and puts up 76 points in his first week. Tim Thomas and the Bruins pull a 10-game winning streak and 127 points for their owner. The Polar Bears put up their first win of the season. His team is finally healing up, and all the pieces are starting to fall into place. It was only a matter of time before this team, which looked pretty amazing on paper to start the season, started producing for him. Dive for cover, Swan Divers. The Polar Bears are looking to have a delicious waterfowl dinner this week.
I see what you did there.
You do you?
We'll see.
Watch yourself!
And concluding our top 10 this week, the Grand Island Land Sharks. For once, though, I can honestly say this week really wasn't his fault.
It was mine.
Pretty much was.
I'm not sorry.
For the third time out of 7 weeks this season, he was able to top 500 points. Unfortunately for him, his opponent almost dropped 600. Currently, he is sitting 6 out of 10 in total scoring the entire season, which generally isn't a horrible place to sit. But as luck would have it, anytime he puts up a respectable point total, his opponent puts up a great point total. Sorry, Brian. Sometimes the bounces just don't go your way.
No, they don't. But you get the feeling with all these points he's scoring, eventually the wins are going to come.
Oh, it'll come.
It'll happen.
Or he's just the unluckiest bastard in the planet.
Don't listen to him. He's got to stay vigilant. All right.
I love you, Brian. But,
Keep on trucking, buddy. Dude, not nice. It's my brother.
Ow.
You beat me up last week. I hit you this week. That's my brother.
Why don't you just beat him up?
I like him.
I like him too. All the more reason to kick his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so gay.
But
anyways, that concludes our Week 8 Power Rankings. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all had a good time. I know that we, as always, did. So make sure you tune in next week. Same great time, same great channel. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Afternoon Delight.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. The tension grows, the whistle blows, the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps, the players bump, the fans all go insane.
I'm gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night, when everything's a little clearer in the light of day, and you know the night is always gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you's working on my appetite, looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite, and the thought of rubbing you is getting so excited. Skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight, whoop! Afternoon delight.
Wait a minute. Weren't we supposed to be doing Drew's power ranking?
Yeah, but we couldn't think of anything, so we decided to sing this song.
Oh, right.
Afternoon delight.
That's
That's
awesome.
so much fun.
Never gets old.
Why not?
Wah.